So good afternoon, panelists and uh, extinguished guest and my dear fellow, um I should say netizen colleagues. So our project name is sahitya.org, and many of you can pronounce it in Hindi as sahitya.org if it makes a little easier for you. So Sahitya we say, but I will go by Sahitya. So I'll begin with an analogy, which was an eye opener for us. There was a 10-year-old child, Assamese child. I am from Assam, and he was supposed to write about the greatest polymath from Italy, Leonardo da Vinci. And he didn't know much about Leonardo da Vinci, so as like all other child in our age, went to Google and do Googling, and if you get everything under the sun or above the earth in Google nowadays, and he got a lot of information about Leonardo da Vinci, his works, and he could come up with a very good essay on him. The same Assamese child was asked to write something in his own language, Assamese language, about the another great polymath from his own place, that is Sankardeva. And he was also from the same 15th century. And unfortunately, he couldn't get much data about him. And he is just asking his parents, who was he? And that's how it is that we are not in local level, we are becoming more global, but in local level, we are not utilizing the power of internet or digital empowerment. So that's an eye opener for us, and we are walking outside Assam. So it didn't actually click in our mind because we can always manage by English. But that was an eye opener, and we searched in somewhere in 2008-9 that there is nothing available in Google. You can't find anything from internet about Assam. You can find only all those whatever there in the print media about violence and all, and nothing positive. So you can't even actually tell even your own children who knows your language that what is there in Assam, because they obviously go to internet to find about this place. So then there was one research scholar in Norway. He's from Assam, Pankaj Bora. He recently got his PhD, and there was an UPS cleared person. His name is Satyakam Datta. He's an Indian Revenue Service officer right now. They're young guys. They have just come out with an idea that we will use the ICT platform to actually empower our own people in our own language. So that may be the best way to do that. We are not sure about our success, how we will go about that, but as they come out, they have bought they have started a group in Facebook called Ahmed Kotha Botora. It means conversation in Assamese. And we had a few people that time who knows Unicode. And so we want to leverage that. And 15 like-minded people, I think, we just started a group. We are not sure about our success, that whether people will take it, because you get so many things in Facebook and whether people will be interested to write in their own language there. But when we go to pages from China, Korea, Japan, you get a lot of pages from China, Korea, Japan in their own languages. Though those languages seem to be difficult to write, but there are so many things in those languages, we don't have anything in Assamese. So we have started that group, and in 2010, 27 November, I remember the date, and in 3 years, from those 15 members, we are becoming now 13,000 members. And people have just come there to write only in Assamese. Only concept was there that you have to write in Assamese using Unicode. And there are great literature written in those groups, which will never be published in the print media because they don't get access to that, because you have the editorial board, all the editors will never publish those if you don't have your own what is called impact on them, or you have relation with them or something like that, or you don't buy a particular political view. So when we started that, people are writing like anything in that group. And in the first year itself, it became 4,000 members. Then we thought it has really become a movement, an ICT-based intellectual movement for common people by the common people. We just give the platform, and people have started using it. So we want to actually catch on that, and we have bought a domain .org, as Brian was telling that we just bought a domain sahitya.org, and we have started publishing an e-magazine, an unique e-magazine in Assam that which leverages the tool of social networking across the globe. Like-minded people who are writing there and who are being criticized by their readers, which can't be done in the print media, because you can write an article and you can be a person that you know everything, because nobody can question on your writing. But here, if you write something, there are hundreds who will ask, why are you writing like that? If you have a viewpoint, then I have another viewpoint. Maybe it's becoming open debate, and then if you compile those, if somebody take pain to compile those, you get a very nice article. So we have put all those things in our magazine, higheta.org, and we have started it in 2011. And we have finished 2 years, and now it is accessed from 64 countries all over the world by the Assamese people. And it is getting readership like anything, because you have people from different fields who contribute to this. So that's why we deal with all kinds of new writings in Assamese script using Unicode, because if you use Unicode, then only it can be searchable by your search engines. If you use your old DTP softwares, which are all our newspapers use in Assam, that can be searched. You write very nice article, suppose about ethnic, that violation between Boros and the Muslim so-called ethnic violation, and you don't find anything after 1 year, because those were preserved in the image format, and later on the server can't take that much load and they will just delete that. So Unicode has given us that power to use the social networking site, and we have come out with this. So, and we promise to give all the potential Assamese budding writers an opportunity for ingenious explanation of their skills. So it's not that someone writing only in English or in Hindi about Assam, but we want people to write in Assamese about their own feelings about the land, whoever he may be in any part of the world. So, and we are gathering the thoughts of potent readers, as I told you, in free of cost by this medium. And then as I told you, that Polymath Shankaradeva, nobody knows about him, even in the Assamese children, most of them, and his works. Then we have started digital preservation of the and free distribution of the historical and literary heritage of Assam, as well as the Northeast region. Example of is that Kirtan Ghosha and Nam Ghosha by Shankardeva and Madhavdeva, two of the great social reformers of Assam. Then we have started convert Assamese masterpieces into audible version. We have published 4 audible books of Assamese classics. Those were Assamese classical dramas of namely by Lakshminath Vyasbarua, who was called Sahitya Rathi. So why we are unique, that there is no other platform in Assam like this, that who use social media as a tool to gather the thoughts from different parts of the world. And this is the first website in entire Northeast India which caters the community-based effort to preserve and promote cultural and literary heritage of the region in the era of information technology. And we are a non-profit organization, we are voluntary, it's a voluntary website with self-sustainability model, because we have the member support. As I told you, from 15 members, we have grown up to 13,000 members with their own support, and they support day in, day out to higheta.org, and it's not proprietary, and it is run by contribution of the public community. So, and we have another unique concept, that every month we choose one editor out of those contributors. We don't have a specific editor for so many issues who will have then biased view of his own view on that magazine. So we'll have every month there will be different editor, chief editor for each month, and it is completely based on Unicode, so that you can get the data later on whenever you want. And this group, Facebook group Assamiyat Katha Botara, has brought many experts from different parts of world who are Assamese, and they are contributing. Like there is someone called Dr. Bhupendra Hoika. He's in Qatar. He's an expert in medical science, and he wrote so many articles in higheta.org that he published a book, and he recently published that. Even the first part of our, we have gone offline, and this is the book we have published from the selective articles of higheta.org, which has been well accepted by the people. Then, as I told you, just one slide I have. So later on, as you may say that Facebook is a social networking site, it may not be there, though it will be there. Zuckerberg will not let it go but maybe there will be some other social networking tool that time. But we have gone offline also. We have registered our body as a Bhaka Sahitya Sanmiloni, Bhasha Sahitya Sanmiloni, Assam, under the Societies Act, so that we have the offline presence and we can actually make our voice heard by the authority on whatever matter possible. So the roadmap is, as I told you, that Facebook, we use Facebook as our the networking as a tool, and from that the members and the administrators are there. Then we have technical team who will helps in software, Unicode, web development, audiobook, sound engineering, etc., etc. And we have developed our own keypad based on Unicode. Then we have group of editors for each category, like poems, short stories. Then we have science, politics, and all. Then we have creative writings. And all these things are done by Sahitya.org, and we come with specialized issues of Sahitya.org each month. Sometime back we have come up with an issue of folklore and folk literature. So, and we have got the interview of a renowned Assamese folk researcher, this is Nabin Chandra Sharma. So he was very happy with that, and a lot of people have contributed to that. So next issue will be child literature special. We have recently one poetry special, where we ourselves were so much overwhelmed by the response of the writers that so much effort has been put to give such writings to that e-magazine, and that's why I think we got the ISSN number also. We are the first magazine from Assam to get ISSN number, so any researcher can quote our magazine's articles on their research topics. So the road ahead is we want to prepare a literature roadmap for the next 3 years. So Assamese classics should be preserved in Assamese language. It should be translated also, because we can leverage then the power of translation and tell about our culture to the particular the other parts of the world, because we have to preserve the language if we want to preserve our culture, because death of a language means death of culture, as we feel. And selecting the best practices of literature and technology from across the world. We keep and watch in everything what's happening around the world, because we have that actually time and maybe the luxury, because we are all well settled, and so people, we want to give something to the community, and the people are responding to us. And
I'm sorry, I have to cut you because you've gone above 15
okay,
minutes.
okay, sorry.
So, can we just have a quick 1 or 2 questions and we move on, because we've got about 30 minutes left and we have 3 more presentations and a panel discussion to have. So,
how do you fund it?
Yeah, that's what I told. It's self-sustainable, because we have the domain cost you have to bear. Yeah, of course, that is donated by the members of us, as we have 13,000 members, as I told you, and all are contributing voluntarily. So it's self-sustainable in that way. Maybe we have a plan to sell space of Sahitya.org later on, but we have not gone into that yet. Thank you.